Hi. Hi. Today I will be discussing an important piece of legislation which has been recently introduced in our Indian Parliament, that is Waqf Amendment Bill 2024. This bill aims to make some crucial changes as to how Waqf properties are managed and governed in India, including the introduction of new leadership structure. Before we delve into the specific of this legislation, let's first try to understand what actually Waqf means. So Waqf are the properties or refers to the properties dedicated for religious or charitable purposes, and the other use of it or selling of it is strictly prohibited in Islamic law. Waqf means ownership of the property is taken away from the person who is making the waqf and transferred and detained by Allah. The person who is making the waqf is called Waqif, and he is doing so for the benefit of the community. As the property is bestowed upon the property Allah, in the absence of any physical tangible entity, a mutawalli is appointed by the Waqif himself or by the competent authority to manage and administer the properties. These properties are maintained by Waqf board and intended to benefit the community. So once a property is designated as Waqf, it becomes irrevocable. Now government has sent this bill to Joint Parliamentary Committee, that is JPC, for review amid significant opposition and debate over this bill. It's essential to unpack what this amendment entails. So the first amendment is renaming of the bill, of the act. It is renaming. This bill proposes and rename the Waqf Act as Unified Waqf Management, Empowering, Efficiency and Development Act. The second amendment is formation of Waqf. Amendment is formation of Waqf. How the properties are formed as Waqf. So the person who has been practicing Islam for 5 years and owns a property, only they can declare property as Waqf. This bill also aims to eliminate the concept of Waqf by user. Waqf by user means that any property can be declared as Waqf if it has been consistently used for religious or charitable purposes for an extended period of time without declaring by the person who is owning that property, right? And this bill also ensures that Waqful Aulad or Waqf Alal Aulad doesn't deny inheritance rights to any of the heirs, including women. What does Alal Aulad means? It is a kind of family settlement under Muslim law, where the ultimate benefit is reserved for Allah, but the property vests in beneficiaries, and income generated from property is used for maintenance and support of family of founders and his descendants. Third amendment is government property as Waqf property. Any government property identified as Waqf property will no longer be a Waqf property now. To resolve the ownership issue, the state will appoint a local collector who will try to resolve the ownership issue, report his submit to the state government, and update the revenue records if the property is confirmed as government property. The fourth amendment which this bill is proposing, verification of property. Verification of property will be done by the collector now and not by the Waqf board. The fifth amendment which this bill is proposing, inclusion of women and non-Muslims. So the fifth proposed amendment is the inclusion of women and non-Muslims. This bill proposes that at least 2 members of non-Muslim should be appointed in Central Waqf Council. This bill also mandates that 1 member from Bohra community or Aga Khani community and 2 women, and at least 2 women must be included in Waqf board committee. The last amendment is, this bill removes the rule that Waqf tribunals orders is final and non-appealable. Now the tribunal order, Waqf tribunal, that is Waqf tribunal order, can also be appealed to the High Court, either High Court's own initiatives or the application made by the Waqf board or by the aggrieved party.